from case to hands-on. This is impressive. The Whitby Watch Company AD MARE Atlantic. This thing is sick. I've handled a few dive watches in my time, and I'm telling you right now, this one is pretty sweet. Named after the national motto, the coat of arms of Canada, the Atlantic diver is assembled in Canada with a Swiss movement. She's chunky, but she is dynamite. The AD MARE designs stretch from sea to sea, the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Arctic, each with their own colorway. The Whitby Watch Company Northern Time Standard. Right out of the case. It's fun, strong, and it's great to feel on the wrist. And we'll get to the specs in a second. But the Atlantic boasts this beautiful two-toned blue dial with wave feature in this three-layered dial, providing some depth here. It's just dynamite. Starting with the case. 50.8 millimeter lug to lug and an overall 14 millimeter thickness or case height for this beauty. Now, out of the box, we have a little elephant in the room. She's coming in at 215 grams. Full link and bracelet system. But if you are going to be making adjustments, you may be able to lessen the load. I know this might be a little bit heavy for some, but it is a dive watch and there's so much versatility here. If you don't want the stainless steel bracelet, you can always swap it out for leather, NATO, or even rubber. It is a dive watch after all. This will help lessen your load. A screw-down crown assists with the 200 meters of water resistance, tested at 300 meters depth, and the screw-down case back with the embossed 3D design is an added security as well. We have a diver with a dive bezel. It's slick, 120 click unidirectional bezel with anti-scratch satin ceramic matte blue finish and numbers and markers and PIP all loomed up with C3 Superluminova to match that of the dial hands and markers. Would you expect anything less for this beauty? And a 2.5 millimeter sapphire crystal finishes off the exterior with ultimate protection and anti-reflective coating. Visibility is not a concern here, I'll tell you. I'll show you some of these loom shots. They're dynamite. Day or night, doesn't matter. What I like is its originality in the case. Like the brushing and the steel is great. The lines and the edges. When you get a close-up there, I'll show you some macro shots, but the way that the sloped lugs are and the way that the case finishes around the round dial, it just looks really nice. Great finishes. And the strap is just a beautiful transition all the way across the dial from one side to the other. It looks really good, almost like an integrated design, but it's not. Now, as I mentioned, it is a brushed stainless steel finish, so we have a vertical brushing on the sides of the case, and then we have other brushing directions as well seen around the case. And one of the things I like is the crown guard design with this particular case. It's not like a squared crown guard design, it's almost like it is an angled crown guard design, which would be fantastic for allowing for sleeves or whatever to go under the cuff. And did I mention the drilled lugs? This is going to make for easy strap changes, so you're not digging around inside the lugs here with tools causing scratches. Whitby Watch Company have thought of all of it here. The Atlantic sports the natural blue of water with an inner wave design dial ring under the matte blue ring, which is under the light blue chapter ring. No numbers for the hours. We have a rectangular indices design, which are loom filled as well to match that of the half skeleton loom filled baton style hands. I love the heartbeat of the watch, you know that. The red large seconds hand sweeping around that dial, just dynamite. The W signed at the 12. 200 meters signed at the 6, the mid 6, and Swiss movement at the lower 6. And let's not forget the framed out date complication at the 3 o'clock position. It is a white on blue display matching that of the dial and doesn't take away or distract from the dial, which is fantastic. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to turn on the watch this. A Swiss made movement for a Canadian build. The Atlantic is running on the Sellita automatic caliber SW200-1, 26 joules, 28,800 vibrations per hour, and a 38-hour power reserve. And for this three-hand movement with date complication, a nice easy movement there with this crown. It's self-winding and has hacking capabilities as well. Nice, smooth, easy set operation when you turn counterclockwise or clockwise. And also we have the quick date set capability, so very nice. Now, as I mentioned, we have a nice beefy and very strong bracelet here, which probably is one of the contributing factors to this overall weight of over 200 grams for this watch. You're gonna feel it when it's on the wrist, so I would be wary of that and making sure that you have the opportunity to maybe try it on, or at least get a feel for it on the wrist when you see it on my wrist at about 7¼ inches. The brushed stainless steel 3-link system though is really nice and strong. I don't think you're gonna have any issues here with this thing breaking or coming apart. It even has that good quality feel to it when you're holding it in your hands or on the wrist. That bracelet will taper down at the buckle to 19.5, and we have a push button fold over, extra secure and protection there with the fold over, push button, deployant style, stainless steel brushed system, which is very nice, and it has 3 micro adjustments here. Not a on-the-go micro adjustment, but it has one nonetheless, so that you have options there to adjust the sizing for you. Now the cost, the Whitby Watch Company AD MARE Atlantic is coming in around $970 Canadian. So this is actually really affordable for a lot of the quality parts that are going into the build here. From the water resistance to the scratch resistance, I mean, these are all quality things that you're looking for in a dive watch. The bezel action isn't too bad. It moves really smooth, and there's not too much movement there. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and I like this satin ceramic finish. I think that's top notch. Some of the issues, well, you could be looking at an issue with the weight. It all depends on who's going to be wearing it. So like I said, do your best, get the best information you can to figure out what's going to work for you. I know the 44 millimeters could be a stretch for some smaller wrists, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's all up to what you like. So if you can pull the trigger, go for it. Otherwise, you may have to look for a different model or design. Check out the Whitby Watch Company online. You'll be able to check out a number of different variations and configurations or watch designs that may be suiting your needs. The Atlantic, she's a keeper. That's my time. I'm Ross. Thanks for coming to the channel. Appreciate all your support. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Smash the bell. Get the algorithm working. And if you want, make sure your notifications are on so you're going to get notified when the next video drops. You know there's more content coming. I'm also on Instagram. You can follow me there at your leisure. No problem. That's my time for today. Good chatting with you. Thank you for all the support, and we're going to see you on the next one.